you're still in a good position because of the fact that you have Justin Fields. It's not like you have a horrible option. You know what I'm saying? Is he great? That's another discussion we can have. But he's still a good option compared to some of the options the other teams may have that needs a quarterback, i.e. Washington.
Yes. I think you hit on a lot of things that I think needs to be stated about the whole Justin Fields situation. I think he's more than capable of being able to do the job once you obviously add talent around him. I mean, Tua got better when you add talent around him. Other players got better when you add talent around him. And my thing is with Justin Fields, he's done more than enough to show that he was more than enough capable to have the talent to do something if you actually invest. So I think he's done more than enough. So that's my thing with Chicago. You see these quarterback spots are starting to get filled up.
Right.
I mean, let's look at the spots that we all thought that Justin Fields would make sense to go to. We thought Atlanta made sense. Right. They wouldn't go down Kirk Cousins. That spot's gone. We said, hey, I thought it made sense for him to possibly go to Pittsburgh, but they go get Russ for a 1-year deal. There's spots. These spots are starting to fill up where it looks like it makes total sense for him to go to, and you keep holding on to that. I don't know about y'all, but I'm at the start of feeling where I think they're going to hold on to Justin, and they're only taking calls for the number one to see what the max value that they could possibly get back,
right?
And see what kind of overhaul you can get. Because let's think about it. You get some good overhaul for that first overall pick, like kind of what the Panthers gave up. Bro, they can fix their franchise in a year.
Yeah,
I mean, and they still got the 9th overall. You could possibly still get another pick in that first round.
Right.
So you can literally overhaul this thing real quick. I think with the Sam Howell trade, that for me lets me know for a fact where Washington is standing. That I don't have to reach and make a deal with Chicago to get that number 1 overall pick to get Caleb Williams. We've had the discussion on Monday. And look, say what you want about Caleb Williams, but now there's not a reach for me to go from 2 to 1. Just go get him. I don't like unless there's a team that absolutely thinks that they're gonna outbid you to get up there to go get them. And I don't really think that. I really don't think Caleb Williams is that great enough to go crazy to go get that number 1. But I'm with you though, Mel. Whether it's Caleb Williams or Jayden Daniels, I really think Washington's in the best position right now. They made it clear. They made it clear. Sam Howell's not the one. He's in Seattle now. So let's get this show on the road because obviously we got people got some things to do, and we talking Raiders and we talking Eagles. So we brought back 2 gentlemen who are not, they're not new to the show, but we love chopping it up and talking shit with them. Representing for the Raiders, we got our man, the sports professor from Ball and Buds Entertainment, Bottom Line Sports, the one and only. Oh my, what's up, dog? Unmute yourself, oh. Yeah, you gotta unmute yourself. You got too excited. You muted yourself.
Hey, I got too excited. They call me the mute master on Bottom Line, so we already know I have a problem with the mute button all the time.
You're a Raider fan.
What's going on, my brothers?
You are right.
Hey, you know what? I know.
Quite often.
You're the West Coast version. You ain't never lied.
You're the West Coast version of Jets. You're loud, you're bold, but your team don't do shit. But we talk the best shit.
I like that. At least I like that comparison better because I'm from DC, and they call the Raiders usually in DC and the Commanders the vice versa each other. And I hated that every time because I hate the Commanders and their former franchise and everything about them so much, even though I grew up there. So, I'm much better with the Jets, relationship there, for lack of a better word. But yeah, now maybe not with the Aaron Rodgers news that just came out, about to go for vice president with RFK.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
got a list of women that I want to sleep with. That doesn't mean that they want to sleep with me. Same thing with RFK with his list. He can have a list. It doesn't mean that they want him.
Oh Lord. Oh man.
And even if he did, why would he give up the Jet starting job to go deal with all this crap that you got to deal with in that sort of position?
He already took one
he
job where he's guaranteed to lose. Why would he want another?
That's a good point.
Oh man.
Hey, by the way, on the Fields thing, I got something about that. So being from DC, Caleb Williams grew up in DC. So the Commanders really want to get Caleb Williams. So don't be surprised when the Commanders trade for the number 1 pick from the Bears and have to give up two first, 2 seconds, and a 5th just to move up one spot. Don't be surprised.
I saw that Oregon game. Caleb Williams grew up in his mother's arms sobbing. So fuck it. baby shit bastard.
Damn.
Mom, we lost the game in October. Yeah, you might go to Washington or Chicago. Your mother better start doing curls, bro. She's gonna have to hold you a lot.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of losing, bro. Hey, oh man, dude,
you're gonna have to put an L in Caleb for every time he loses.
Nah,
you know how baseball they put the K's up when you get a strike? You know they put the K's up in baseball when you get a strikeout? They're gonna have to put the L's up in Caleb every time he gets a loss.
Man, you coming out
lot of
fire today, dog. Damn. Right. Hey, oh man, tell the audience, man, where they can find you at, my dog.
Hey, again, I so much appreciate y'all at I.O.W. Sports having me on. As always, my brothers, I appreciate always working with y'all. I am at Ball and Buds Sports and Entertainment. You can find us at all socials at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. I really just want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel because I upload videos about every day. So you're always going to see content, and you'll see content from I.O.W. Sports there as well as when we usually collab here. So again, I appreciate y'all. Check me out at Ball and Buds on all your socials.
No doubt. And Omar is the only Raiders fan that I can stand. Like, he's the only one. So obviously me being a Chiefs fan, him being a Raiders, that is the only Raiders fan that I can stand. The rest of the Raiders fans can go eat shit. So yeah.
I wish I could say the same, Mar. I wish I could say I had 0 Chiefs fans as friends because I don't want any of y'all as friends. But not only do I have you, 2 of my very good friends, shout out Dale and Eric from back home, are both Chiefs fans. So I have 3 of y'all in my life, unfortunately.
Hey, you can't go back to Raider Nation. Tell that they will disown you.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody. And of course,
that's rough. I couldn't imagine having 3 friends as Patriots fans. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you the suicide hotline number that I used for the 20-year Tom Brady run. They know me by name. I got most frequent caller up in the break room.
Had the number on speed dial.
Oh, Nick, what happened? He cheated again. I'm like, you motherfuckers know what he does.
You damn know what he does. Him and Belichick, we damn know what they fucking do. We know what they do.
Out the ball and out of my life.
Yeah.
And out of my life.
Our next guest, he's no stranger to the show. This man has more podcasts than a Jamaican has a job. The one and only Cool McCain. What's up, baby?
What's up, Cool?
What up, fellas? What up?
What's good with you, dog?
Hey, man, I'm behaving today.
Wait, hold on. You behaving today? Are you?
Yes, sir.
You're not tampering with anyone? You behaving?
I'm not tampering with anyone, sir.
Not tampering? Mom's the word, right? We don't know.
No, we're not talking to anybody. I ain't know nothing about nobody until the minute that the legal tampering period began. That's when I start talking to people. Before then, I wasn't talking to nobody.
He don't know.
We're gonna ask Cool a question, and he's gonna be like this. He don't want to talk to nobody. He's doing
and also, I feel like that us and the Falcons are being witch hunted because we're bird teams, right?
Because y'all bird teams?
We are being witch hunted. We're both birds, and we're being witch hunted because of what we did, and that's not cool, league. You know what I'm saying? You say you want teams to get better, but then when they do things to get better, you want to make accusations. So if you're gonna make accusations, all I ask is that you Belichick us. You do it just like you did Belichick. Give us a little tap on the wrist and take a 7th round pick, and then nothing happened. I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it. If not, we ain't do nothing.
Yeah, leave us alone.
Yeah.
Hey, cool, man. I know you got many a podcast, but for this sake, try to keep it down to a minimum of 5 podcasts that you want to plug.
I'm gonna do you better than that. You take that link that's right below me.
Oh wait, hold on. You got the website now?
Link.
Oh my man.
PR.ee/Cool McCain. You can see everything.
Hey, cool, man.
One-stop shopping. I like that.
I'm proud of you, dog. Hey, because I'm telling you,
baby.
I'm telling you.
Here.
because my man Cool, I'm telling you, when I say he got more podcasts than the Jamaican Got a Job, I'm not bullshitting you. Like when y'all think I got podcasts, no. Cool got podcasts. He got podcasts like a mug.
He ain't lying.
Hey, that's what's up, man. But no, we got Eagles represented by Cool, Raiders represented by Omar. So I'm gonna start with you though, Cool. What do you like going on so far in the free agency that your team has been doing to kind of upgrade your squad, man? What you like going on so far in free agency?
So I like what we did on defense than offense. I don't hate what we did on offense, but I feel like what we've really done is Huff was a great pickup. We got some linebackers everybody want to cry about. We need linebackers. Oh, we got to get top-tier linebackers. We got to pay top-tier linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Scrub, you're wrong for that. You may not be lying, but you're wrong for that. I feel like, man, the thing is, like, Saquon's a great pick. You know, Devontae Parker's a good pickup as like a third, fourth receiver, right? So everybody was, oh, he was dropping balls, he was doing this, he was doing that. But he's going to be playing against the third corner or a linebacker or safety. You know what I'm saying? He should be fine there. We got a lineman, Matthew Hennessy. I always remember his name, I bet. For some reason. But we got him.
Bible and Matthew's your favorite book, right?
Yeah. So the thing is, we've got what we need to kind of move things in the right directions. We got him, and he'll be able to play both guards and center. So he'll be a versatile piece. We got a lot of our versatile pieces on the line, our free agents, some of the backups. So I think that was a good pickup as well. But we all know CJ, getting him back. People can say what they want. You know, fans could be like, oh, whatever. Yeah, he said some slick stuff. It is what it is. We said some slick stuff about him too. Let's not act like we didn't. That's why he got mad. That's probably why he really left, because he didn't like what we were saying. It was true, but he didn't like it. But he back. You know what I'm saying? He back. Hey, we needed that versatility again. And that's the thing, versatility. Like I talk about that a lot when I talk about the Eagles, because we got to think, this is a team that's had a lot of injuries. I'm not saying other teams don't have injuries, but you look at how many games we missed just last year. If you look at actual games that we missed due to injury,
yeah,
it's crazy. So you got to have pieces that have some versatility, you know, and I'm with it. Bring in guys, and he knows the system. He helped unlock so many other players and help them play better. And he got a little bit of attitude about him too. And I like a little attitude from my guys. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little attitude, a little nasty, a little get up in your face, a little FU. And he brings that. Zach Vaughn, one of the linebackers we got from the Saints. I almost said the wrong team. From the Saints. He's going to slide in right now and be one of the starters. Now, we still got training camp and all those things, so that could change whoever else we get, who we draft, all that good stuff. But right now, because, you know, we are going to the 3-4. And that's what people have to understand. We're going to the 3-4, so there's going to be some cats that you're looking at you like, why he leaving? Not 4-3 no more. 4-3 is where he's best at. So, hey, nothing but love for you. There's two people in particular, but y'all might not make the roster. And that's both for the starting outside linebackers right now. Because I don't know about y'all, but if I'm trying to run a successful 3-4, Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat is not my idea of outside linebackers. Hey. 3-4. Now, 4-3, we can rock with them all day.
Yeah.
But they don't fit what's going to happen. And I know Eagles fans don't like to hear it, but if you're going to bring a coach in, you're going to basically give him the keys to the thing. And that's what you've done, because you had this dude's disciples for years. So now you finally went and got Vic Fangio, because the Eagles love bend but don't break. That's what everybody wants on the Eagles. Bend but don't break. So you got the guy for that now. So now you got to let him get the players that are going to work in that system. The linebackers have to be versatile. Hassan Reddick is great at rushing the passer. He can't drop back in the coverage. He doesn't play the run that well, but he's great at rushing the passer. A one-trick pony.
You guys signed Bryce Huff for my Jets because he can't play the run and he can't drop in the coverage either. I was shocked at the money you guys gave him. And a little bit of tidbit on him. Yes, he's got a great get off. Had 10 sacks last year. 7.5 of those sacks, 6.5 were against backup.
By the way,
wow.
One was against a broken coverage against the Chargers, and nobody blocked them. So there might be more fluff there than production coming in.
That's fine, but I want you to,
because he's not an every down end.
So what we did was going into 3-4. One of the things about the 3-4 is you can have guys on the 3-4 that all they do is attack.
Mm-hmm.
He slotted in to start as a defensive lineman for us on the 3-4. So all he needs to do is play the run and hit the quarterback. He doesn't have to drop back in the coverage. We will not ask him to drop back in the coverage one play all year. So that's why he got the money, because he's going to do what he does best for us. And you put him on the line with Jordan Davis, you put him on the line with Jalen Carter, and you tell me that he's not going to get some get off? If he can't get some get off with them, he's going to get cut. He might not even make it through the season if he can't get sacks, if he can't make plays with those two other guys up there on that front, on that 3-man front, then he will not stay with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he'll be fine for what we have him doing.
Money, to be completely honest with you, I don't think he's worth that money.
I was shocked at the Saquon Barkley money, but guess what? I will make the contracts.
Yeah, but he's
the player.
He does it. He's proven.
Yeah,
that's a guy you can ride. You know, that's a guy
so
when.
Can you let me ask you a question before we go any further? If we're going to talk about Saquon Barkley, you have to say this man does not finish games. He does not finish seasons. This man is hurt way too much. So, is it the field in New York? We'll find that out, because the field in New York is the worst field in the NFL for sure. But when you put that much money into a running back, and this is from an organization that hasn't paid running backs in the past. We've had several running backs leave because we wouldn't pay them.
Yeah.
But we paid Saquon Barkley, and he's only had one full season since he's been in the league. So if you don't acknowledge that, but we want to acknowledge everyone else shortcomings, but we're not going to acknowledge Saquon Barkley, what are we really doing here? We're not talking football. We're just doing our own personal biases. We understand who Huff is.
Well, the thing
he wasn't brought in to do anything but attack, and that's what he's good at.
Yeah, the thing that'll help Barkley tremendously is the tush push that you guys do. Now you're not having Barkley taking those hits and running into the middle of the line on short downs, right? So he'll be fresher as the game and the season go on.
But are we going to do the tush push without Jason Kelce?
Ooh,
it's
because he was the main card that made the tush push go.
He learned it. They could teach it to the next guy.
Yeah, but Jason Kelce is in a it's like a shoe-in Hall of Famer. And hey, that leads me to my next question. Cool. You got some of your old guard retiring. Obviously, Jason Kelce, Fletcher Koch. I was surprised that Brandon Graham still got that 1-year extension. Some of your old guards kind of starting to finally take their walking papers, man. How you feeling about this new guard of wave of players coming in, and you're starting to not hit reset, but you're starting to turn over a new leaf of group crop of players? How you feeling about it?
It was bound to happen. I'm glad BG is here for another year, to be that voice in the room, to be that veteran leader. But it was going to happen, man. Like Kelce, my hope was that both of them would say, well, if BG coming back one more year, maybe we'll come back one more year. Mm-hmm. But when Kelce made the announcement that he was going to have a press conference, I was like, he's done.
Yeah.
And then he left. I'm like, Fletcher Cox is probably going to leave too. Right. That's why he went out and we drafted 2 defensive linemen, 2 tackles last year. Yeah. Right. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis last year and the year before. That's why they were drafted. Because we understood that Fletcher Cox wasn't going to play forever. And people have to understand, like, it sucks, man. It really sucks. I saw those things, man. I was pissed. You know what I'm saying? I may have had a few almost choice words, little fudges, mother lovers, sons of a biscuit eater. But hey, it is what it is, man. Like, guys go, man. I hate them leaving though, because I remember when Fletcher Cox got to Philly. Yeah. I remember when he came, bro. He was dominant from off the jump. And even as he's gotten older, he's still been a good player. And I feel like he may have had a little bit more in the tank. But at the same time, I get it. Your body been beat down. You've been in the league like 13, 14 years. You get to the point where it's like, look, I'm good. I'm done. I'm about to chill on this. and let the young boys have it. Hopefully,
Right.
there's something he may be able to do within the organization to help the defensive line players, maybe like an assistant coach or like a special counsel for the defensive line or something like that, because he has a lot of knowledge, and I think he really helped Carter and Davis, develop in the time that he was there with him. Kelsey, man, you can't replace Jason Kelsey.
Nah.
There ain't nobody out there that's gonna replace Jason Kelsey. This Joker been in the league 12 years. He running outside. He the lead blocker on outside runs. He taking a pounding from the tush push, and because he's low to the earth, the way he hiked the ball, he could get up in there and have that pocket for Hurts to do.
Whoa,
A guy
get
like
in
Cam
there.
Jurgens may not be able to do that because he's a bigger guy and he doesn't have as low of a push point when he's first coming off of the line. So there's little nuances and stuff that you'll have to look at to see if it'll be something that'll be successful with a different guy. But even if it isn't, we know Hurts is going to run the ball some more than I want him to anyway, because that's what they want him to do. They want him to get hurt, apparently.
How bad do you want to trade up for JPJ?
I don't want to trade up for anybody.
Really? You don't want to go get the center from Oregon, who everyone is saying is just as athletic and can be like a seamless transition?
No, I would rather take the guy that Jason Kelsey self-picked and said he's the guy that should take my place. I'd rather take him.
Who?
And that's Cam Jurgens. Already on the team. He played right guard last year because Jason Kelsey was still there. So yeah, I don't need to trade up to get anybody. We're not giving up access. We gain assets.
Word. And we'll continue some more draft questions on the Eagles. Man, jump in here, man. Hey, man, y'all made a big splash, man. Gave Christian Wilkins a lot of money, man. A lot of money at D tackle, man. Kind of go through what you liking so far that your Raiders are doing in the free agency part of this new NFL season.
I need you, Mar, to go ahead and say that a little louder for the people in the back that don't understand that $110 million over 4 years is a hell of a lot of money for a defensive tackle. Now, while I understand he is one of the best in the league, and while I understand Antonio Pierce is a defensive coach, and I figured his signing would be his first, at least big splash signing would be defensive. I do not believe this is a pertinent spend of the salary cap money that we have when we have so many other holes to fill on the whole team. So our offensive line is porous. We just signed Andre James, but the rest of the line is unsettled. The defensive line, obviously you got Crosby, which is, no doubt going to be there, but your linebackers, your corners, a lot of young corners, are they really better off spending that much money on one defensive tackle instead of spreading that around to 4 other good or decent players to fill out the offense and the defense around the, I don't know, man. I'm pretty down right now. Not gonna lie, I like Christian Wilkins, but there's better ways to pick up the team, and Gardner Minshew, that's not inspiring at all. So I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing right now. I'm honestly, now that I say it out loud after thinking about it all night, now that I kind of want to cry. So I'm not really sure.
Trade up Devontae Adams and we'll call it even.
Hey, Nick, jump in here because obviously you being AFC East guy, kind of like, would you give that kind of money to Christian Wilkins? I like the guy.
He's not better than Simmons on the Titans. He's not better than Quinnen Williams. All the guys who got signed last year, he's not better than them. Who went from the Eagles to Javon? Who went from the Eagles to the Niners?
Hargrave.
Javon
Hargrave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had Kinlaw and Hargrave's names blended there, like Brangelina. He's not better than them. He's not better than them. So this world of the NFL is just because you're the next guy up, you deserve more than the last guy. How about teams put a fucking pecking order and just put their foot down? Like, no, you're not better than him. Tua, you do not deserve more than Joe Burrow.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, it's just because it's my turn, I get to play leapfrog. I hate that in the NFL. I really do. I do think, and it's not just because he's a Jet, I think Quinnen Williams is better than Christian Wilkins. I think Wilkins has flaws in his game. I think he gets himself out of position too much. I think he's aggressive and gets upfield. And if you can use that leverage and momentum against him, you can gash him and run right inside. And now your next guy is getting upfield, stealing off the linebacker. I saw it happen a lot of times. Yes, there are times he can ragdoll a guard and make a play, but he doesn't do it enough to get 110. That's just stupid money. But when you have a need and you need an identity, sometimes you got to pay extra to get a guy. Listen, I'm a Jet fan. We've done it many times. We've had to overpay to get a guy that we like. Somebody said something the other day, and I thought it was fantastic. A-plus players don't hit the free agent market. B-plus players do and get paid like A-plus players. And that's what you're seeing with Christian Wilkins. If you're an A-plus player, Miami never lets you hit the market. But they were willing to let you go, and that speaks volumes to me about him.
If I could slightly interject, I know a lot of people look at the overall numbers, but there's only one number that matters to me, and that's the guaranteed money. I don't care if you're getting 120 million if only 70 million of it is guaranteed, because the guaranteed money is what you're really getting paid. I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about him specifically. I'm just saying in general. When I look at the contracts, I don't even care what the inflated, bladed, beautiful number is just to make them feel good. I care about what's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guaranteed is 85, and I still think that's too much. But you're right. It is the guaranteed that everybody should be looking at. I do agree with that. So it's 85 million is guaranteed. I still think that's too much, but I think that. And
I agree with
like
Nick. I think that's too much too.
Yeah, I think it's too much too.
Go ahead, man.
No,
but Pierce also said that he. Oh, my bad. No, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Pierce has also said in press conferences that he wants to build his team from the inside out. He wants to build from the trenches. He wants to get dudes that are physical and are gonna, go like Crosby goes, and just get in there, get in the trenches, and he wants to build again. He wants to build with the big boys first.
Yeah. I just think that with the Raiders needing so many holes, you can get a couple of decent players to fill in that line. You got Crosby. You just need somebody that can complement him. You don't have to get a big splash over there because you need so many different players. It'd be different if you was building from scratch and you have nobody. Then you go out and pay that kind of money to kind of build your line around that one big person. And the fact you got Crosby over there, you don't have to pay that kind of money. You just need somebody to compliment him.
Yeah,
and let me back you up real quick on that. Last year we had Bilal Nichols, Jerry Tillery, a bunch of names that most people have never heard of, but our line was really good last year. My bad, Nick. I didn't mean to.
No, it's all right.
Nick.
I would have thought that you guys would have been better off financially, not going after Wilkins, filling another 2 positions in free agency with starters, and then at 13 in the draft, taking either Newton or Byron Murphy, the defensive tackles from Illinois and Texas, who should both be there. And now you're getting a guy who's young, who you control, that you don't have to worry about cutting, and can be a Raider for a long time and not have to get out of the salary cap issues that he brings. But
to follow that up, Nick, the Raiders are actually kind of the reason why we paid Chris Jones, if you really think about it, because I think the Raiders was going to either pay Chris Jones or the next best D tackle in free agency regardless. So we actually cannot be surprised that this money was thrown to Christian Wilkins. From what I've gathered, they were going to throw money, whether it was Chris Jones or the next best D tackle available. So and as much as I love your strategy, which I do, I just think I was just the Raiders. That's the Davis family way. Is throw the money at the biggest name, get him in the uniform, and just win, baby. But the problem is you ain't been winning a lot. So it's like you've been messing up. You've been trying to hold to that moniker, but you've been putting yourself in cap hell with it. Because you speak of Jerry Tillery, released him. You talk about the other players that you talked about, Omar, released them. They're not on the team no more. So it's like, then you look at some of the failures that the Raiders have had in the draft, and I mean, we can go back. I mean, about it, Omar. I mean, the first rounders are just not on the team no more. They're not. So you've taken first round picks and you pretty much flush them down the toilet because they're not on the roster in the next 3 to 4 years. You know, Jonathan Abrams gone, Colin Farrell gone, what's his name? Henry Ruggs gone. You can go down the list of first round picks that the Raiders have done over the last 6-7 years, and they are not on the roster. So let me ask you this, Omar.
But you can't blame the Raiders. You can't blame the Raiders for Henry Ruggs, though. Nobody would have known that was going to happen.
Oh well, yeah.
If that doesn't happen, I think that's a solid player.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think that's a solid pick if that situation doesn't come to play. I just want to play devil's advocate for the Raiders.
Oh no, of course. That's what we do the show.
Well, let's be real, man. He ran as fast as he drove. That guy could fly on and off.
Wow.
No, he didn't.
Wow.
And speed is a lifestyle. It's a way of life.
You need.
He's a killer.
Nick just doesn't give a.
Wow.
You need it.
That's why I'm here. I'm here, man. I'm here to say the shit nobody else will.
I can't.
Hey, what's up with Omar? What's up with your camera, man? You shooting this on a viewfinder or something?
No, he got that. He got that Raiders. He got that Raiders fan internet.
Yeah, Raiders. You know what that is?
Come on,
sometimes
man.
it don't.
Pay as you go. Pay as you go. Internet.
Pay as you go. It's that jitterbug, internet.
Obama internet.
Raiders are taking a collection to pay Christian Wilkins. They needed fans to donate.
What's up, man?
Hey, Omar,
The only thing worse than Christian Wilkins' contract is Jake's takes.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Damn, Jake ain't even here.
Wait.
He caught a stray. Ain't even here and caught a stray.
Last time Omar was on, Omar told me Jake was looking for me. Tell him where to find me. I'm in the middle of the goddamn road shooting straight.
I mean, Jake catches strays on every show that I go on with anyone else, which is just hilarious every time. My bad about my internet. I'm not sure what's going on. It seems fine to me, but so I apologize.
No, you good. No need to apologize. Your audio's fine. And
I'm gonna fuck with you anyway. It could be good. I'm still gonna say something. So
yeah, we still gonna mess with you. But let me ask you this, Omar. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With your draft history and whatnot, what would be your plan for what you guys should do at pick 13 in this upcoming draft?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, which makes me want to cry a little more. First of all, we could have had Chris Jones, which I much rather would have had than Christian Wilkins, and that makes me even more sad while I talk about it. But also making me sad is the past Raiders draft, and it just doesn't go past the, since 2019 when you mentioned Jonathan Abrams. We've only had one good draft, and that was that draft when we had Jacobs and Max Crosby, and it's very sad because we just don't draft well. So the past 5 years, your first rounders have been Abrams, Clean Farrell, as you mentioned, Damon Arnett, who's out the league, Henry Ruggs, as just mentioned over there, is out of the league.
He's on a hiatus.
Rest in peace.
He's on hiatus.
Rest in peace to the young lady, but it was horrible. Whatever it was, and the dog. Alex Leatherwood last year or 2 years ago, gone. You can go all the way back. We've just been burned every year, and lately by defensive linemen. So as mentioned, you had Tyree Wilson last year, barely played as a rookie, got some run, but didn't really do too much with it. Clean Farrell in 2019. And then there's other picks that we've had in the second and third rounds that haven't worked out. We picked Byron Young from Alabama. We picked the other Byron Young from Tennessee. I don't know why we were like the Byron so much, but maybe we'll pick Byron this year at 13.
You don't succeed. Try again.
Right.
And I mean, if you extend the list, you got Trayvon Mullen and you got all these other just guys that we picked that just aren't even in the league anymore. And it's just like for the past 20 years, we have not been able to draft well. And it's just been failure after failure in the draft that has led to this. As well, you compound that with the salary cap failures that we've had in people that we've signed that haven't panned out and things like that. You're just going to put yourself in a hole, just like you said, Mar. And so at the pick, what I think they should do to bring it back to your question, I believe we are going to go defense, and I believe they're going to use the rest of the draft to fill out the offensive line and then some pieces in the secondary and the linebacker core. So I think at the 13 pick, we're probably going to go Terry and Arnold at 13, cornerback from Alabama, is what I have been hearing mostly lately. Now, also, there are talks of, obviously, if any quarterbacks were to fall there, which is not as likely, you're hoping that a Daniels or, Drake May would get a bad report. I saw, reports on the internet bad on him today. So you're hoping that someone drops, probably very unlikely. So again, you could be looking at offensive tackle, the Talis Fuaga from Oregon State, who, right tackle, who would fit really well into new offensive coordinator Luke Getsy's zone running scheme. He would fit really well there, and we do need a right tackle since Jermaine Illuminor just went to the Giants. But I do like the Arnold pick that I mentioned. I believe we have a good secondary, but as I mentioned earlier, they're very young. We got Ja'Cory and Bennett last year that we drafted out of Maryland. Chris Smith last year we drafted in the 5th round out of Alabama. You go back, you got, but we also lost, Meek Robertson. So there's that push and pull. So I think that this would be a really good pick for us. I think he's a premium one. And after last year, when I thought we should have gone with Christian Gonzalez from Oregon instead of Tyree Wilson, we didn't. I think this year they need to make up for it and go cornerback.
Nice. Nick, what you think about it? You're obviously you're our draft guy. Who did you have picked at 13 for the Raiders?
I got them taking cornerback, but I got them taking the first cornerback off the board, Quinyon Mitchell, over Arnold. I think some of the names to watch for the Raiders are Fuaga, like he said, especially now that the Jets just traded for Morgan Moses and we got a right tackle. Fuaga is a guy who's been tied to us for several weeks. But now, let me ask you a question, Omar. Any thoughts of a quarterback if J.J. McCarthy or Penix are there, which a lot of mocks think they will be? Any thoughts of that the Raiders could move up to jump Denver, Minnesota to get QB4? Any stories like that coming out in Raiderland? Because that's something I could see. We all know Gardner Minshew is a career backup, spot starter, not a guy you build your franchise around. Any
cool
word coming out of Vegas that they could jump? But
so ask cool about it.
Yeah.
We know what he is. We know what he is. He's the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. He'll have a great game and then he'll throw 4 picks in the next game and have 67 yards in the game.
That's why I call him White Goodman.
Omar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Any thoughts or any rumors coming out of Raider Nation about quarterback?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Now that they have signed Gardner Minshew, which again I told you it's not a very inspiring move. Okay. It doesn't really get me hyped, but he is going to be a bridge quarterback until they can find that rookie. Now, if a rookie was to drop to them at 13, that's a possibility. If a quarterback like Penix or Nix drops in the 2nd round, yes, that's definitely a possibility. But to trade up at this point after spending $12.5 million or $25 million on Minshew for 2 years, it's not going to happen. They say they're good with the battle they have now with him versus O'Connell. Pierce is very high for some unholy reason on O'Connell, because I think O'Connell is nothing more than a career backup in this league, if that. Yeah. So he's like a Brian Hoyer. I just
lay off the weed.
For real.
I like
Lamar.
Hey, got him a little twin.
Hey, but come on. Hey, Antonio Pierce, AP, come on, dog. You got to put that shit down. Go get your quarterback, dog.
115 degrees out in the desert, Lamar. You drop 1 8-ounce glass of water, boom, you got full blood the next day. You hear this shit go, poof.
Yeah, but you got to go get your quarterback, dog. I'm sorry. Look, It's been good what Omar's been saying. It's been good what you've been saying, Nick, as our draft guy. But look, at the end of the day, when you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Justin Herbert in the division. We don't know what the hell Denver's going to do. I mean, that's a train wreck of his own. But you want to compete. You want to compete. You take it outside the AFC West. Look at all the quarterbacks in the AFC alone. If you want to compete, you better get you a quarterback. Aiden O'Connell was not it. Gardner Minshew was not it.
Not it at all.
That's not it. All right.
They should have traded for old buddy from the Commanders. I keep forgetting the name.
Sam Howell.
Yeah, Sam Howell is better than what they got putting out there now.
Well, Seattle
it didn't take much. And it didn't take much to get Sam Howell. I was surprised.
No, it didn't
take much to get him.
It didn't at all.
Yeah.
So
I would have traded for Justin Fields, especially when his market was depressed down to a 3rd round pick there last week. That's what I would have done. Even if him,
still might.
I mean, look,
still might.
I mean, you still might, but at this point, if you paid that much for Minshew, you're probably not trading for Fields, just be honest. So I think they go into camp with these two having a battle. And like I said, if a quarterback drops to you in the right position, you take them. If not, then you wait till next year.
Yeah, I see it. I better go get you something. You better go get you something. So,
I agree, but unless you see someone like Jaden Daniels dropping to 13, then we're not going to there's no way they're going to jump up to get a Bo Nix or Penix that early. And if they drop to the 2nd round, sure, you throw a 2nd round pick and waste it because you've wasted every other pick you've had in the past 20 years. So you might as well throw a 2nd round pick at one of them and hope it works out.
Hey, yeah, not bad at all.
Or maybe they should just start trading their picks, right? Just, you know what, we don't pick good, so let's go get established players with the picks. Like the Rams was doing for like 5 years.
I'll tell you how to fix the Raiders right now, Omar. This is how
you fix
bottom line the Raiders and their drafting issues. It's very simple. Stop going to the fucking combine. Stop taking a guy who jumps high. Stop taking a guy who runs the fastest. Start watching film and draft guys who put it on tape. Right. It's always been the Al Davis mantra from when they took Hayward Bay.
Right.
They took the safety up. Terrible. They take the guys who run fast and jump high.
Why did you bring that back into my memory?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to cut and be agile and put good film out there. And I think the Raiders fall in love with guys like the Jets have taken in the past. Vernon Golston won the combine. Fuck the combine. You're in shorts and a tank top. I sit on my couch in his shorts and tank top. I shouldn't get drafted by the Raiders.
Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
Combine guard.
I think Richardson. Richardson actually looked pretty decent his first couple of games, though.
He looked he looked really good against threes from other teams.
He looked good, man. He had to fix his throwing motion, but he had a lot of
he had some potential.
The main thing was about getting his delivery fixed
and learning how to slide.
Was a guy that I was huge on last year.
And learning how to slide.
Yeah, he definitely got to learn how to slide.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time.
My thing is, I don't expect a guy to be better in the pros than he was in college. And Anthony Richardson was not good at Florida. So I'm not going to expect a guy that wasn't even good in college to come into the pros and become a top 10, 15 quarterback.
I say yes. I say yes.
I disagree with that tremendously, and I hate that I'm going to bring up his name.
You can disagree with it. You can disagree with it all you want.
Tom Brady wasn't terrible in Michigan, though.
Tom Brady wasn't terrible in Michigan. Everybody tries to make that play. That is BS. That is unfactual information.
Yeah, because they had Drew Henson, though. But they had Drew Henson. That's why.
But he looked good when he did get in the game. He wasn't bad when he got in the game. Anthony Richardson played, and he was garbage. I can get you on. I can get you on with 10 Florida people. I can get you on with 10 people that are Florida Gators fans that will tell you he was not good.
He was streaky. I won't say he was garbage.
So isn't consistency part of being good?
I'm saying that's why I say yes and no to what I'm saying. That's why I say yes and no to your thing. I'm not totally disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying there are some players that's mediocre in college and get to the pros under the right system and the right team and become a pretty good option for that team.
I don't think he was mediocre. I won't say personally he was garbage, but he was not good. He was worse than mediocre, in my opinion, because he was streaky. He looked bad. Go watch the tape on Anthony Richardson.
I see a lot of Florida games. I watched him play.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's the worst quarterback ever, but he was not good in college.
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell did exist, so let's not do that.
I mean, first of all, you got my mind streaky, bringing up old bad memories streaky like my internet over here. You got me over here thinking about Darius Hayward Bay. Darius, I forgot all about him. I thought that I put that out my mind, and then you bring up your fat ass Russell, and now you got me crying even more. I don't understand what's happening.
Now, Scrub.
Wait, I got one more.
I
got one more for you. Hold on.
I put
Enjoy
all those
this
out my mind, man.
Robert Gallery.
Ooh.
Oh, the Iowa tackle
Aspen
that last
Janikowski, a kicker in round 1.
Nick,
No.
those are below the belt, bro.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. I will not accept the blasphemy against Seabass, my friend. You better shut your mouth.
That's because you
one of the
wanted
best
to stop
kickers ever.
those with him.
All right, cool. We gonna flip it to you, cool. 22. That's where the Eagles are at in that first round, man. You kind of alluded to earlier. You're not in any type of desperation mood to move up or grab anybody. But what is some of the things that you're hearing at 22 that you guys are probably going to do?
So the thing with us is we're looking at best player available for a need. So it's hard to really say. I know Nick's going to have some people, and I get it because that's what Nick does. But it's hard to really say because it depends on how the draft flows, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need. So honest needs. We need a versatile guy that can play both tackle positions. We've got a guy that can play center and guard. We need a versatile guy that can play tackle and possibly center and guard. Probably not going to draft him in the first round, but that's a need. Another need that we definitely have is we're going to also need to get a tight end. We need a tight end who can catch the ball and block, because Dallas Goedert decides every year, or I'm not going to say decide, but Dallas Goedert gets hurt every year. So we need someone at 2 or 3 games that he's going to miss that can come in and do what he can do. We don't have that on the roster right now. We got Albert O from the Denver Broncos. I don't understand why in all God's green earth we re-signed this dude. He was garbage last year. He did nothing for us. He was a waste of a roster space. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get why they re-signed him, but they did. Then we got Grant Calcaterra, who's been injured like Lord knows how many times. He quit playing football altogether one time and then came back because of concussion. So, I mean, we've got to get a better at tight end. I mean, we need linebacker. We need to draft at least one linebacker every year, right? Like that should just be in the building. Like when we're drafting, if we have 7, if we have 10 picks, right? If we have 10 picks, 2 of those should be a linebacker every year. We could always use another backup safety, defensive line depth. So just whatever's the best player at a position of need for us, I feel like is what we're going to go after at 22. Some guys could fall, some guys could rise. So I don't really have a specific person. I would really like to get a tight end that can kind of be that number 2 so we can run our jumbo sets better, because we haven't really been able to do that as we did when we had Zach Ertz. And I hate that he went to the Commanders of all places. I feel like Giants fan feels about Saquon Barkley. Whether you liked him or hated him, you don't want your guy on another team for the division. That's just a smack in the face.
Oh yeah,
really like for you guys. I'll discuss the tight end first. Round 2, if he's there, Texas. You probably watched him, Jatavion Sanders. He's athletic, he's tall, he's smooth, he can move, he can run, he's not the greatest blocker, but if you want to run those 2 tight end sets and get Saquon going, you get that play action, and now you move Hurts out. That's a great guy to run on drags, like those double drags that teams do now. Excuse me. That's the name. If he's there in round 2, you got to be just pounding the table for him.
I like that.
Round 1, if you want guys who have versatility, you got Graham Barton from Duke, offensive lineman, was played tackle, can play either side tackle, can play guard. I always say his name wrong because there's several guys with an F name. Troy Fatanu from Washington is another guy to keep an eye, because there's Ola Fashanu, there's Fuaga, and I always get Fatanu. Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma, and I know that Kelsey said that guy, but if JPJ is there from Oregon, Jackson Powers Johnson, you got to be ecstatic, because now you're putting another young stud right next to Dickerson for a very long time. And that could be the easiest transition in football history, man. That's like going from Favre to Rodgers at the center position, in my opinion. That's how good that guy's going to be.
Well, let me just.
I just think he has to make it to you. And Philly drafts before you, a couple other teams. Bengals. This guy could go in the teens. That's how good he is.
There's a couple of things, man. To respond to Bottom Line Sports comment, let me give you what's gonna be in our room, because everyone forgets, because he hasn't been activated yet. But Isaiah Rodgers is on our reserve list. We signed him last year. Isaiah Rodgers is a solid corner, so he's going to be added to that room, right? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, as of now, is our nickel corner. Obviously, he can play safety as well, but right now, he's slotted as our nickel corner. So that position looks really good with a guy that can move around, right? If you think about backups, we know Slay. Everybody's not high on Bradbury. I'm thinking maybe he's lost maybe half a step right. So he's just got to adjust the way he's playing to the fact that he now can't let the guy get on him and then run with him. He's got to get in front of him and cut off the routes. You know what I'm saying? He's just got to adjust the way that he's playing a little bit. And I think he would be better, but he didn't have anybody to really coach him last year because all that mess that they were doing. You look behind those guys and you got Keely Ringo, who looked good when he got opportunities last year. Eli Ricks is right now the backup behind Bradbury. Right. Then you got Zach McPherson. Let's not forget he was hurt all year. He's a guy that can play different roles in the defense, at the corner position, safety. So it's another versatile piece that'll be back. So I'm not concerned with drafting a cornerback. We got two young good corners, and then Mekhi Gardner played pretty well. So we've got young guys that just need to get in and get reps and learn from these veterans that we have. So no, I'm not focused on corner. Safety, absolutely. I've said that. Safety, absolutely. Linebacker, absolutely. But corner, I'm not as concerned about corner right now because we got a good mix. It's just last year the young guys didn't play.
Yeah.
You can't let guys get better if they're not going to play. They got to play.
What's the timeline on Nakobe Dean getting healthy? He's gonna be good for camp and everything.
He should be good for camp. Bottom Line Sports, I'll tell you this right here, Pippin. I said nothing about standing pat. Definitely safety. We could use a little bit more in linebacker. But I'll tell you this right now, with Vic Fangio, you can be confident where our defense is. I don't know who your team is, but I bet we'll whoop their hind parts.
He's a Cowboy.
I'm definitely not worried about you. Oh my goodness. Hey, we can give y'all the best players in the league.
He's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
I was waiting. I was
wanting somebody to just tell me. I was just waiting for somebody to put it out.
I thought Cool. I knew Cool didn't know because he was being too cordial and nice about it. And then
I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, fuck this.
I was enjoying that shit.
Here's the thing, man.
Right? It was like when you see your boy at the bar talking to someone, a girl, and they got an Adam's apple. Like, oh, he don't know.
Oh yeah. You just like, hey,
he don't know.
But here's the thing, though. Dallas believes that they're gonna win the Super Bowl every year, right? Mm-hmm. You cannot tell them if they win like 3 games in a row, they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Tell them. You
know what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's crazy. So if I remember correctly, the 70-point game, the 70-point game was last year.
Fangio,
and last year, Big Fangio was in Miami. So he didn't get put on offense. Yeah, so you might want to get that straight to my pimping brother, because if you're gonna bring the information, it's got to be correct. It's got to be correct. And Vic Fangio was in Miami last year, so there's no way he could have got 70 points put on him because nobody put 70 points on Miami last year. If I can recall correctly, I believe Miami was the one that put the 70 up.
Miami put the 70
on the Broncos.
Inverse coordinator.
Just a little side note. It was Jake's team that got the 70.
Burn, hot take, Jake. Yeah. Burn with your 70, sucker.
I mean, when he said cooking, sometimes you got to take the food off the stove because those motherfuckers got burned.
How you get 70 dropped on you? Jeez Louise.
Yo,
they scored a point for every wrong take Jake had on here last year on the Broncos preview.
Pretty much. Damn. Pretty much.
Jeez. 70, bro.
Oh, wow.
70
bro.
is a lot.
Oh, wow.
70
that's
is
wild, son. That's wild.
Yeah, that's real wild. But hey, man.
Bottom line, real quick, right? Because everybody's been, all the Cowboys fans have been
here we go.
About to die because they haven't made a whole bunch of moves. I'll just say this. The fact of the matter is, man, they have to first go through the offseason. right? You don't just because they haven't made a lot of moves the first couple of days doesn't mean they're not gonna get the right people in place. There's a whole lot of people still out there. So all the Dallas Cowboys fans that I know, and I know a few, I'd be like, calm down. Don't go jump off a bridge or you hate the team because you ain't done in the first 2 days. Just relax. Let it play out. You still got a draft. You still got a whole lot of free agents out there. Just calm down. Dallas just said, we're not going to spend on the first round of guys like some of these other teams are because we don't have it to spend because we got to pay Michael Parsons. You know, you got the quarterback down there. RDP that's taking up all the cap space, like $60 million. So you can't do as much because you got to pay those guys. CeeDee Lamb going to want his money. Like, you have guys that you're going to have to pay. So you can't go spend all the money. So that's why you're like, oh, let me chill right here. We got to swing back around when it gets a little lower.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. If you are a fan of Dallas Cowboys, you will not tell me that you don't believe you win the Super Bowl every year. That is a
You gotta becoming a fan. You gotta believe
that's how you know. That's how you know someone's a Cowboys fan.
Right.
They're gonna win the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. We're not going to believe a Cowboys fan anywhere says that they're not going to the Super Bowl. We're not going to believe
Try to
that.
hear about that team.
Nobody on this panel is that stupid.
They're not even around when Martin Luther King Day comes every year in the playoffs. What are they talking about? Try to make that before you start talking about February.
Damn.
He said,
I mean, he
when
ain't
MLK
wrong.
come around.
Damn.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And here's why the Cowboys can't be active in free agency. Because they overpay their own players entirely too much. That's why. And they don't have money to go get other players. Yeah, exactly. You can't set the market with every single position. And you want to give Zach $20 million a year? Do it.
Hey, screw up, my bad, man. I didn't mean to open the womb, man. I was just giving an example. I didn't mean to open the room. My bad.
No,
Hey, it'd be like that, dog. No, but hey, man, fellas, man, we're gonna go ahead and close up shop, man. This is another draft preview that we love doing. We love collabing with content creators, man, and just having a good little panel and having a good little time. I don't know who I have scheduled on Monday. Hopefully, I can get somebody scheduled that we can have another dope hour in 10 minutes like we just had. Hey, cool. One more time, let the people know where they can find you. Put your little website up. Hey, matter of fact, type it in the comments, man, so we could put that in.
I got you.
Put it in the chat, and then Lamar or Mel, since you have admin rights on YouTube, you have to approve the link when he puts it there. Otherwise, the rest of the chat won't see it.
No doubt. But hey, cool does great content. Eagles Elite, play callers. He does a wrestling podcast. I mean, when y'all think I do podcasts, no, I'm trying to tell y'all, Cool got podcasts. He probably got more podcasts than he does like draws in his dresser drawer. I'm trying to tell you, dog.
Wow.
Not draws in my dresser drawer.
No.
Hey, maybe.
Not the draws.
Hey, because I mean,
he only got
so many draws.
How many draws?
So many draws. I mean, you only got about what? You probably got like 2 6-packs of fresh draws. I mean, we don't count the ones with the holes and stuff, the back of draws. We talking about the everyday draws.
Oh, we ain't talking about the extra draws you take to the gym and stuff like that. The older
ones. Yeah, we talking about the back of draws.
Hey, not even the only formal wear draws. I ain't even counting those. So, but nah, man. I always appreciate you, Cool, my brother, man. Much love for you, Omar, man. Let the people know where the socials you can find you at, man.
Can you see my video working now? At least,
Yeah, you work at the end of the show.
All right, hey, we're working. All right, then let me flash the sign, man. I thought I was frozen still, so shout out everybody. I appreciate y'all here at I.O.W. Sports. Obviously, you can catch me, Omar, the Sports Professor, at Ball and Buds. Again, BALLANDBUDS. I just want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel because everything goes there anyways. But you can find us on all socials. And also check out The Bottom Line. We go every Sunday. We are set at a new time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So check us out at The Bottom Line Sports. I'll be on there with the Cowboys fan Flo, the irrational one. We also got Canteen on there. And as always, horrible hot take Jake, who everybody likes to make fun of. So if nothing else, just come watch us make fun of him every episode because it's freaking hilarious. So again, Ball and Buds, catch me. I appreciate y'all so much. Sorry about the internet. Cool. Pleasure to meet you. By the way, Linktree is a social media landing page that you can set up and put as many links as you want to all of your social media and streaming platforms. So Cool is definitely on top of it, and you should also have one if you have multiple links. So
I'm afraid to click on it because every time I click on one from Instagram, it takes me to someone's OnlyFans. Well,
it's an OnlyFans, yeah. It wasn't originally meant for that. It wasn't.
I can assure you, I don't have OnlyFans.
It's a link for Eagles fans only, bro. I understand.
Yo,
I can see.
I have been tricked by it multiple times.
He's like. Hey Mar, you like 25 cents, you spread them wings for me, baby.
Hey Omar, hey, he dropped down. Hold on. He dropped down to get the eagle on.
Breaking news. Damn it.
Breaking news.
Golden Star.
Curtis Samuel, the guy that I wanted extremely bad with the New York Jets, is signing a 3-year, $24 million deal with the fucking Bills. Damn.
Huh. That's a good pickup for the Bills.
Oh, damn. Rival?
No, well, you know what? I think he fits well with the Bills in their system. He's not that great of a receiver though, so you're not really missing out. But as a secondary possession receiver,
he's a poor man.
Yeah, that's true. I do agree with that. Poor man's Debo. Yeah, I agree. Poor man.
You can run too, so you can hand him the ball.
He's never had great quarterback play. He does the end around.
It's true.
He does wide receiver screens. You put him in the slot. He gets quick open over the middle. It's something that.
But emphasis on poor man's. You said poor man's. Emphasis on poor man.
You said it's poor man. Poor man is true. Very poor.
Hey, but we gonna get up out of here, man. Omar, cool. My brothers, always appreciate y'all. Y'all already know the doors of I.O.W. Sports is always open to y'all at any point in time. Any point in time. All you got to do is just hit the line. So you already know what it is. Of course, Detroit Mel, my brother, big homie Nick Sean, my other brother, Wildcard Mar. We out, man. We'll see y'all Monday whenever we go live. Yeah, whatever, Monday.
Monday.
Thank y'all, brothers. Appreciate y'all.